Welcome everyone to today's Pick a Card. Today we're looking at maybe a current setback you've been facing or a problem or something that's keeping you stuck. We're going to look at how this is not the end and here is how you rise above it. So we'll get some advice and guidance and also see what's coming next. So we do have 3 groups today like usual. I laid out a deck and a crystal for each group. So group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. So here is a crystal for group number 1. And I have been thinking, I'm like, is it like rhodochristite or rhodonite? I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact name. It's early in the morning, but it's something like that, and it's beautiful. If you want to correct me or let me know in the comments, I appreciate it. And for group number 2, we have tiger's eye. In group number 3, we have some amethyst. Right, so use your intuition, see which deck, which crystal is calling to you most. Maybe you just have a general pull to one of the groups. You can also take a look at the timestamps if you really resonate with numbers. There is no wrong answer, just go with what feels best for you. Sometimes it can help to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then open them and just see where you are drawn to. Anyways, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Timestamps and chapters will be below in the description and in the pinned comment. And also there you'll find a link to my website, kittyrising.com, if you're interested in checking out my offerings and booking a private reading. And you'll also find a link to memberships if you want to further support the channel and get more content from me. But all right, let's get started on your readings. Welcome, group number 1. You are drawn to the Light Seers Tarot here along with this crystal. Before we get started, I just want to take a quick moment and say thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. You're all so loved, so welcome in this space. Thank you for sharing your precious time and energy with me today. And thank you to your spirit guides and my spirit guides for assisting with the reading. Thank you, Spirit, for your clear and accurate messages. So what I would like you to do, I'm sure you already have it in mind, but think of a specific problem or setback you've been facing in your life recently, and we're going to get some guidance and insight on that. We're going to do a 6-card tarot spread here. Right. So the first card will represent the setback or what truly caused or triggered this setback beyond the surface. Here, tell us more about this setback. What do you need to know? Okay, we have the Death and Rebirth card in reverse. This card shows up when we're feeling stagnant. So perhaps this is specifically how you're feeling lately, like you're stuck, you're stagnant, and you don't know the way through. And something under the surface that could be causing this could be a fear of change, a fear of the unknown, stepping out of our comfort zone. And this is very common. Something that's often subconscious that we don't realize we could be holding ourselves back because we're afraid to put ourselves out there or to change or to do something new. But either way, yeah, I definitely see whatever's going on in your life. You just are feeling really stuck and stagnant, maybe even bored with life recently. Okay. Because when the Death and Rebirth card's upright, that means we let go of what no longer serves us to make way for something new. And I think you guys are on the precipice of something new, a breakthrough, a new beginning. We're going to get some insight into that today for you, okay? So the second card position, what this is breaking down, what no longer works for group number 1 and is being cleared away. What is the kind of background, like why this is happening, why this is going on, more details. I'll give the moon a reverse. Look at all these major arcana. This is a big deal. I'm going to center these a little. I think I zoomed out a lot. Okay. when the moon's in reverse, this is things coming to the surface. You see upright, she's sinking down. That could be maybe pushing away the emotions. And I think a lot of you, maybe you've been in this state, pushing things away, maybe a little bit of avoidance, not truly feeling into emotions, maybe even isolating in some way. And this is all happening now because you are meant to bring these feelings to the surface. Yeah, it's meant to be expressed. And I think there's something, maybe we're not happy in a certain job or relationship and way of being, but we've kind of just been going through it. But we know deep down that there's something that needs to shift and change. I think there's some emotions we've been really suppressing. So this is all happening so you can really look at things clearly, bring things to light with the moon in reverse. Because when you bring things to light, that's when you can shift them. That's when you can address it and make the necessary changes. And it's not easy. It's uncomfortable to feel our feelings and to look at things, honestly. Maybe even to have some difficult conversations, with ourselves, with others. Yeah, this is all happening for this to come to the surface so you can shift what's no longer aligned for you. I feel like Spirit's saying the quicker we address things and feel our feelings and work through them, that's when this stagnation will end, or the quicker the stagnation will end and this new beginning, this beautiful abundance will pour in. Okay. The third card here is your inner strength right now. So the power, resilience, or resource group number one already has, even if they don't see it yet. Group number one's inner strength right now. We have the Six of Cups here in reverse. Okay, you guys don't realize it, but you really do have the capacity to let go of the past, to evolve, to grow. And I think you've already come such a long way. And I think you have this great capacity to be in the present moment. Because when you look at this card, it shows our old self, our inner child, and our future self. That's what's in this card. We see both of those. So in reverse, I feel like there's something here about being in the present moment. So you are able to live in the present moment. And in the present moment is where we can make the changes. That's where we can feel how we're feeling. We can do that honest introspection. Because now is all we have. Instead of, worrying about the future or analyzing the past, like you have this great capacity at this time to be present. And in this present moment is where the change happens. Yeah. And ways to get into the present moment, because it's not always easy, is to do some breath work, go for a walk, get grounded. But you guys are really capable of doing that. Your spirit guides want you to know you are so capable. Like, even if this sounds like a lot, like feeling emotions, like things we might have been harboring for a while, you've got this. You are so strong and capable. And have this major gift of being in the present moment. That is a gift, because a lot of people struggle with that. We're always in our heads, but I think you have this beautiful capacity to drop down into your heart, into your body. A lot of you, you've been doing this mindfulness work or working on yourself, doing this introspection. This is just the next step here. And because of all the work you've done, no matter what stage, you are in your spiritual journey, you are really present. And that's a beautiful strength. So what is the lesson or gift with this? What is this experience teaching group number one? Seven of Cups. Oh, you're realizing, there's something here that maybe didn't work out for you, that isn't going to plan. But you know what the beauty of this is? You're soon going to realize how many options there are in the universe, how many other people there are, other jobs, other opportunities. The world is so abundant. And I think we've been hyper focused on one thing not working out, or one person, one relationship, one job, whatever it is, but you're about to realize that there's so many options, so many things available to you that are going to help you level up. You are on the brink of a huge level up here. Our just focus has been on something that hasn't been working, and we're attached to that specific thing for a reason, and Spirit's calling us to address that. Like, why are we wanting this specific person so much, or the specific outcome so much? Like, really being honest with that is how we can let that go and surrender to the universe and let the infinite possibilities pour in. But yeah, you're about to realize there's so much opportunity out there, and you are such a powerful co-creator of your universe. And once we realize that and think abundantly and think expansively and surrender and don't fixate on a specific outcome, that's when all the beauty happens here. Okay, so this is a big part here. How to rise above. The group number one's best next step, their mindset, action, or energy shift to move forward. How can group number one rise above it? I feel like we've already had some pearls of wisdom come through, but Spirit, what else? Tell us more. How can group number one rise above this? Three of Cups, how beautiful. This is such a positive, happy, abundant card. Spirit is saying, choose joy, choose what lights you up. And also collaboration, connection with other people is a big thing here. Spending time with people who uplift your energy, who make you feel good. Choosing things that make you feel good, that spark interest in you, that spark curiosity. Following your North Star, following what lights you up. That's like, it sounds simple, but a lot of times, we'll stay in situations that drain us, that we, people like that aren't giving us their full attention, or jobs we're not getting really well paid, or we're not getting acknowledged, or maybe like sticking by friendships that aren't that healthy or no longer aligned. Spirit's calling you to get curious. Try new things, connect with people. And again, that takes stepping out of your comfort zone, which is uncomfortable, but that is where, when you're in the present moment, you can do that, overcome that fear. Because when you're in the present moment, all there is now. And that's really true. All there is now. But so many of us live in the past or fearing the future. But when we're present in our bodies, like drop into our hearts, drop into our bodies, then we can take these steps towards something new, towards connection with others. We can try new things, follow our curiosity, follow our interests. But this is the energy you're shifting towards happiness, abundance, and connection to others. A lot of you, maybe you've been feeling isolated or lonely or stuck or in a lack or scarcity mindset or situation. You are headed towards an abundant life, a life full of love and connection here. You are being called to choose happiness, choose joy, and not stay in situations that, really drain our energy or make us feel less than. You're going to realize, maybe you're like, oh, but I've had these friends forever. I've been in this relationship forever, this job forever, like whatever your current situation is, but it's not too late. And there are people out there. You don't need to settle. That's a big thing. Choose joy, choose happiness. It sounds simple, but it is. And it doesn't mean you just have to like quit your job instantly, but you can just start being curious and searching options, or, but for some of you, this is a call maybe to end a relationship of some kind. But others of you, no matter what I'm saying, for everyone, it's stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's stepping into the unknown, trying new things, putting yourself out there. And it's the fear, this deep emotion I feel is fear, maybe even like a little bit of shame for whatever reason. But you're going to realize it's not as scary as you think. And there's so many beautiful people and opportunities in the world just waiting for you to find them. Okay, card position 6. What is the outcome when group number 1 opens? What opens up once group number 1 rises above the setback? You're going to overcome the sadness you've been feeling, the lack. You're going to realize that there was a beautiful golden opportunity there the whole time. Spirit is calling us to change our perspective. We've been focusing a lot on what hasn't been working, which makes sense. There's been a big setback here or issue or a lack going on in our life, but it's okay to give yourself some time to grieve and to focus on what's no longer working or what you've lost. But now is the time to realize there is a beautiful, beautiful, bright future ahead of you and so many opportunities. And what you're going to realize is that, that's what's there. There's opportunity, there's abundance waiting for you. We just need to shift our perspective. And by doing so, that's when this is all happening. We do have the Knight of Pentacles here. So yeah, this could definitely have to be about career and finances for a lot of us. Maybe we've been feeling a lack, but also a lack of community and connection is what I'm seeing. And there was some tower moment, where maybe we lost our job or lost a relationship. That makes sense. That's a setback. But Spirit wants you to know you are slowly but surely right on the path now. But when we follow this advice coming through from Spirit, we can speed things up and we can get these manifestations, what we want, and get out of this setback, get out of this funk quicker. It's annoying to hear this when you're in a place where you're feeling down, but happiness is a choice. I read something today about this, and I'm just going to grab it really quick. Hold on. So I read this every morning, and today is January 7th. And it says here, remember to be happy. The sign hangs on the wall of a bagel shop. Don't forget to be happy. Sometimes we get so bogged down in dealing with feelings, issues, problems, the realities and details of our lives, we forget to be happy. Often happiness can be ours if we just remember to be happy. Joy is a choice, a deliberate, conscious choice. That choice is available to us each day. Our joy isn't controlled by others or by outward circumstances. Joy comes from a deeper place, a place of security within ourselves. It's an attitude, not a transitory emotion. So the little meditation here is to remember to be kind, remember to be loving, remember to feel all your feelings and to take care of yourself. But most of all, remember to be happy. Oh, I feel like that's so fitting here. Remember to be happy. And that's the way to rise above, to choose happiness. And just to remember that you have that choice. You have the choice to choose things that light you up, whether maybe it's something small like a cup of coffee and you're like, oh, I really love this, or watching your favorite show or calling someone up or going for a walk or playing with your cat or dog or whatever, just little things we can start to incorporate or be more present with. And that'll just keep raising our vibration, raising our joy, raising our happiness. And that'll really speed this up, get you out of this stagnant state, and make you realize all the abundant possibilities in the world. I'm good. I pulled out 2 oracle decks I felt drawn to. Anything else, Spirit, for group? Number 1. The moon, connect. Yes, you really are being called to connect with others. Look, we have the circle here. With the rise above, we had the 3 of Cups, and then more advice, we have the moon here. This is not only connecting with others, but getting in touch with your intuition more. I know a lot of you are very, all of you are intuitive, but you're on this spiritual path. But when you're in the present moment, that helps a lot to connect to your intuition. But yeah, through connection with others is going to be huge for moving forward here. It could be like by socializing with other people, being with other people. That could be how you maybe find out about a new job, or they just bring happiness and support into your life and encourage you to go after your dreams. Those are the type of relationships you deserve, and those are the ones on the way to you. And if you have those already, that's amazing. Call them up, prioritize those relationships at this time, especially. Other advice or guidance or messages do you have, Spirit, for group? Number 1. Stone of Destiny. Wow. Life path, ambition, passion. Yes. You guys are stepping into your life path, stepping into your purpose. That's why I say, like, you're on the precipice of something amazing here. So follow your passions, follow what, excites you, and say yes to more. Say yes to life. Say yes to invitations you get. Say yes to trying new things. Just give it a try for a little bit of time to say yes and say yes to things, especially that light you up, that bring you joy. But you guys are stepping into your destiny. You really are. And you're just having this little, this resistance right now to it, resistance to change, resistance to the unknown. And that often comes right before the biggest breakthroughs in life. You're going to break through this resistance by saying yes, by choosing joy, stepping out of your comfort zone, living in the present moment. And you are stepping into your destiny, stepping into your life. Wow. I love this. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that here then. So that concludes your reading group number 1. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated. I hope you got value from the reading. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video. That really helps me out, lets me know you did get value from it, so thank you in advance. You can hype the video if that's an option. Leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you. And like I mentioned in the intro, if you're interested in a private reading or memberships, you can find those links below. Thank you all again so much for being here. I truly am so grateful for each and every one of you. I love you so, so, so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, group number 1. I love you. Welcome, group number 2, to your reading. You are drawn to the Tiger's Eye as well as this deck here. Before we get started, I want to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. You're all so welcome and so loved in this space. Thank you to your spirit guides, to my spirit guides for assisting with the reading. Thank you for sharing your precious time and energy with me today. Thank you, Spirit, for your clear and accurate messages. So we are going to be doing a tarot spread. We'll get some oracle cards, but we're going to look into current setback or issue you are facing at this time to get clarity on maybe the reasoning behind this, the energy behind it, and how you can rise above it and what's coming next. All right, so the first card will represent this setback or issue. What truly caused or triggered the setback or issue beyond the surface? What's more? This card wants to come on. We have the King of Cups in reverse. So perhaps this has to do with a specific person for some of you, not everyone. So this could be your energy too, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But really, I feel like this is maybe an imbalance in emotional regulation, something going on, in your emotional world, maybe even a creative block going on, a disconnect from others. Yeah, so there could be a block on an emotional level. I'm gonna get more information for you. If this is about another person, maybe there's something here with not being fully emotionally vulnerable, not being able to open up, a block with connecting in some way. Okay, let's get some more information here though. So what is this setback, this block? What is this breaking down? What's no longer working for group number 2 and is being cleared away by this issue? It's arisen. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse now. Now we have some earth sign energy coming through: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I think there's something here very linked, an emotional block linked with a money block or scarcity block. They also have a relationship shown in the Queen of Pentacles, which normally we never see two people here. So yeah, there definitely seems to be something here with a block or an issue that is preventing us from fully connecting with others. or from drawing in the abundance that we truly desire. There's some deep-seated belief here that maybe we're not worthy or that there isn't enough. There's something that Spirit's drawing our attention to so we can address that and we can let this go. What is your emotional, like when you think of money or you think of relationships? Because I'm seeing maybe there's issues with both of these for you, but or maybe just one or the other. But Spirit's calling us to be like, what emotional feelings come up when we think about relationships or we think about money? And that will be very telling. If we're like, maybe fear comes up when we think about money, or we feel maybe anger or sadness or disgust or whatever it is when we think about, relationships. That'll really tell us where we're at and what, and if that's our primary emotion around this thing, then that's kind of closing us off to what we want. Like we have a negative emotion tied to what we want, pretty much. And there's a block there from preventing you from getting that. The Spirit's calling our attention to this, to spend some time acknowledging our thoughts and our beliefs and our emotions tied to this, and get to the core of why this is. Maybe we have some scarcity thoughts and beliefs based on, our family, our caregivers, or we have some specific thoughts on love and relationships because we were hurt recently or at some point in the past. When we really get to the core of it, then we can understand that, and then we can start to reshape our beliefs and our emotions. And I think like a good way will be to start catching yourself when you have these thoughts or emotions and say some affirmations that are in a more positive sense, like I am worthy of love, I am worthy of abundance, or there's so many great people out there, there's so many opportunities for abundance out there, so many jobs, I'm so qualified for the job of my dreams. All right. Spirit, what is group number 2's current inner strength right now? Their power, resilience, or resource they already have, even if they don't see it yet? We have the Four of Swords. And look, she's like sniffing lavender. They're all like relaxing. I feel like soon life is about to be a lot more peaceful. But this card is, and also the Four of Swords talks about like respect and honor. If you look at the Rider-Waite-Smith version, it's like an effigy of like a knight. And that just shows like all that they've accomplished. And I think there's something here that Spirit wants you to recognize, that you've already accomplished a lot. You've already come so far in your life. You've overcome other setbacks, other issues, other things, and you will overcome this too. You are so much stronger, so much more resilient than you give yourself credit for. And I do think you have this great ability to calm your mind and ease your emotions or whatever's going on that you might not have tapped into. I think meditation will be a great skill for you, the Four of Swords here. Meditation. It could also be maybe working with aromatherapy, like lavender and things like that. Maybe even some of you really connect with crystals, but yeah, does she have amethyst? No, I don't know what that is. It looks pink, but yeah, working with crystals or whatever you really feel called to. I don't know why this is coming through, but if you have Capricorn in your chart, like Capricorn moon especially, some of these crystals could be helpful, but you have the ability. You've already overcome so much. You are so resilient and stronger than you think. Anything going on right now in your life, you've totally got this, or more than qualified. But also you have this ability to calm your mind. You're very naturally good at, again, with maybe using aromatherapy, meditation, crystal work. Okay, what is the lesson or gift? What is this experience teaching group number 2 that will serve their future? Ace of Cups in reverse. What I'm getting from this is you are at this time learning so much about self-love. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, maybe the setback is about a relationship. Again, I'm seeing both things, maybe a loss of a job, but feeling lonely or depressed. I feel like you're realizing that we can't necessarily rely on other people for our happiness. We can't rely on external things. We have to choose that for ourselves. And I think you're in this phase right now where you're really learning to love yourself. And that's a huge lesson coming through everything going on in life right now, that you are so strong, you are so resilient, and you are so worthy, but also, you are so lovable and you deserve everything, and you're able to give that to yourself. You're learning at this time how to fill up your own cup, how to give yourself what you need, how to show up for yourself. And it's like when you do that, that's when you're really going to magnetize this beautiful relationship to you, these beautiful opportunities to you. So I know a lot of you could be already doing things like this right now, but your spirit guides are really calling you to practice self-love, self-care, fill your cup up. How does it need? Maybe you need more rest, more meditation, more self-care, like, taking baths with lavender, getting a stone or playing with the crystals you already have, doing creative things you love, spending time in nature, really learning how to give yourself what you need and want and love yourself. Again, I keep saying it, but fill up your own cup. And once you're more capacity, you're full, like you're feeling good, that's when you're going to be like vibrating higher. And that's when you're just going to have this magnetic quality about you and draw forth what you truly need. And I know like a lot of people are like, oh, it sounds like, because I've been in low states before. I mean, who hasn't? But it's like, oh, practice self-love or love yourself more. That stuff, sometimes you hear those things, it's like annoying. But like it really comes down to the basics when we have issues here a lot of times, but we overcomplicate things in our head, or but really just taking care of ourselves, our basic needs by ourselves, and realizing that we are the ones, all we have is ourselves. Everyone else is like a bonus, but we really can take care of ourselves and give ourselves what we need by making sure you're sleeping enough, again doing the other things we said, making time for joy and pleasure, creativity, nature, meditation, connection to others, like in some way, like getting yourself out of the house, doing things, whatever it is that you need. All right, but let's get some more advice specifically. So Spirit, how can group number 2 rise above this? Their best next step, the mindset, action, or energy shift to move forward. Well, I just saw 11:11 on the clock. I feel like you're so close to wish fulfillment. And honestly, right before we are about to have a huge breakthrough in our lives, usually we hit this setback. We hit a setback, I should say. We hit a lot of resistance. That's like a sign you're about to have a major breakthrough. It's just like you need this final step, like this final thing here. But Spirit, how can they rise above this? What specific mindset, action, or energy is needed to move forward? We have the Page of Pentacles. A lot of times this card shows up when it's time to invest in ourselves. How can you invest in yourself and your happiness right now? This can oftentimes talk about a new job or a new relationship on the precipice as well. But investing in ourselves, maybe this is investing in learning something new, investing in like, crystal or some essential oils, or like an art kit, or a gym membership, or Pilates class. What do you need for yourself? Investing in yourself. I feel like we've been putting a lot of our energy externally lately. Like, oh, I want that person, or I want that job, like wanting things outside ourselves. But what can we give to ourselves right now? That's a huge message for group number 2. What can you give to yourselves? But I think Spirit really wants you to know that you are on a breakthrough. You're about to have something tangible here. That new job, that new relationship, it's coming, but we just need to realize we can meet our own needs first. Hopefully that's coming out, like the messages are coming out clearly, and you can understand what I mean by that. We need to fill our own cup up, give ourselves what we need, take ourselves out on dates, give ourselves flowers, like take care of ourselves in this meantime, raise our energy, raise our vibration, work on our health and our well-being. Do what brings us joy. And then that's really going to, by working on your energy, that is how you're going to bring forth something new here. And again, the more we work on ourselves and feel good in our body, it'll be easier to work on our mindset. It's all connected here. And also maybe investing in something, because we were talking about earlier how there could be some major limiting belief we have around money and relationships. And it could be, good to maybe invest in a healer of some sort, a therapist or a coach or a book or online course. It'll be different for everyone. Your intuition will guide you. But invest in your well-being and coming back to what we first started talking about, our limiting beliefs here, that'll really be helpful. A lot of times we put ourselves last. We're like, oh, I don't have the money or time. But like, we are all we have, right? We need to take care of ourselves. When we're taken care of, when we're feeling good, then we can show up for others and show up for other things better. So, and it doesn't have to be some huge investment if you don't have it. Again, it could be a book or a low offer someone's offer. I don't know. It's whatever you're feeling called to, and in your budget, there's always something. There's always something. There's always resources. There's always things out there. So that could be a limiting belief in itself. I don't have time to work on myself, or I don't have the resources to work on myself. You can make time, right? Maybe we're getting too much time on our computer or on our phones and being called to more invest in our well-being, right? Okay. So what is the outcome for group number 2? What opens up once they rise above the setback? We have the Ace of Swords. You're going to really have some sort of victory coming through here. We have the Sun in reverse. I mean, not the Sun in reverse. I don't know why I said the Sun. That was in reverse. The Sun. This shows success after struggle. Like, everything's going to work out for you. You're going to overcome what you think is a defeat. You're going to rise above it. You're going to get clarity of mind, a new beginning. The aces are new beginnings. So you're going to overcome the setback that literally, you're going to rise above this setback, you're going to just get clarity of mind, cut through all the limiting beliefs. And there's just so much success here, so much happiness, so much connection with others, so much vitality, better health, better mindset. You're going to overcome whatever's been preventing you from having that health, that family, that love, that success that you've been desiring. You are headed towards so much light and so much happiness once you overcome these limiting thoughts and beliefs, and you're going to do that. A fresh start, a new beginning in terms of, love and or work. A lot of you, you'll be getting both of these things. You have 2 aces coming up. Tell us more, please, Spirit. Ascendant, perception. Ooh. You're going to change your perception of self. Some of you might be called to mirror work, doing affirmations in the mirror. Saying those ones that resonate with you, like, I am worthy. That's a big one. I am lovable, whatever it is for you. But ascendant, this is us. And it also is the first house in astrology. That's where it is. And I feel like you're just entering this new cycle of life. You're about to have a major breakthrough where you have more confidence, more self-belief. Again, we're filling up our own cup, right? We're working on our perception of self. We're loving ourselves more, giving ourselves more, working on any limiting beliefs, changing our self-concept. And that is the way to get what we want externally, by changing our perception of self, by changing our identity. And what final messages do you have for group number 2, Spirit? The egg stone. Feminine power, embodiment, fertility. Yeah, this is really, the message I'm getting from this is dropping into our body, the embodiment. What we're kind of talking about here, like being more in the present moment, getting out of our head, not obsessing about the past or thinking about the past or analyzing it all the time or fearing the future. being present in our bodies, being present now, and giving ourselves like what we need, mothering ourselves, loving ourselves. And how powerful you are, Spirit wants to say. You are so powerful. You can create the life of your dreams. You really can. So there's like emphasis here on the three lower chakras, especially the sacral and the solar, I feel like. But I feel like that's where a lot of these blockages are. Like, maybe our basic needs aren't met. There's a creative blockage or confidence issues, and that's okay. This is, very common, and you're working through that now, and you're about to break through that. But you might feel called to do some, especially sacral chakra work, or any of, the lower chakras, work with that when you meditate, or listen to guided meditations here. But really, it'll help you drop into your body. Any sort of meditation will. And it says stone. Remember we're talking about maybe working with crystals? Working with stones and crystals could be something. No matter what you identify as, we all have masculine and feminine energy. And we're being called to step into our feminine, which makes sense because we're being called to love ourselves, to do self-care, to take care of ourselves and our needs. And that is how you will create the life you truly desire. Fertility is creation. And another thing with perception and embodiment, with just change your identity, change your self-concept, embody the person you want to be, even if it feels fake at first, kind of like fake it till you make it. Like, I'm confident, I am successful, I am wealthy, just always saying those things, and just kind of like dressing like your future self, acting like your future self, embodying who you truly want to be. The embodiment practice is huge and something that'll be really helpful for you, right? I think we're gonna leave it there. And it's interesting, you guys are drawn to Tiger's Eye, which is a stone of courage. Oh, I don't know if you heard that, like a neighbor's kid just yelled in the hallway. But this could be a great one for you to work with. And I think it definitely is readily accessible and on the more affordable side. Some of you might even have this at home. But this is a great stone to use for courage and confidence. But you can use anything. Stones keep coming up for you. I think working with crystals could be something if that's resonating. But anyways, that concludes your reading, group number two. Apologize for saying that. Group number two. I hope it resonated. I hope you got value from it. If you did get value from the reading, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment down below. And like I said in the intro, if you're interested in a private reading or joining membership, you can check out those links in the description and pinned comment. Thank you all again so much for being here. I truly am so grateful for each and every one of you. I love you so, so, so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, group number two. I love you. Welcome, group number three, to your reading. You are drawn to the Mindscapes Tarot here and Amethyst. Before we get started, I just want to take a quick moment and say thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. You are all so welcome and so loved in this space. Thank you for sharing your precious time and energy with me today. And thank you to your spirit guides and my spirit guides for assisting with the reading. Thank you, Spirit, for your clear and accurate messages. So we'll have you think about a specific issue or setback going on in your life, and we're going to get you some insight and clarity today, and also look into what's shifting in the future, how you're overcoming this. We're going to do a 6-card spread here. First card is going to represent the setback or issue you're having, what truly caused this or triggered this setback that's beyond the surface. Okay. We have the Knight of Tides, which is like the Knight of Cups. So this could have to do with a specific relationship or something emotional. This could be confirmation of your zodiac sign or someone else. It's okay if it's not, but those signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces energies coming through. But with this energy, the tides energy, the water energy coming through, it's something definitely seeming to be at an emotional level here. Something on an emotional level could be, something maybe even suppressed that we're not seeing clearly that could be, maybe keeping us stuck or stagnant or not where we want to be at this time. So we're going to get some clarity on what this is and expand on that. So what is this issue setback, like breaking down? What no longer works for group number 3 and is being cleared away at this time? We have the 9 of tides in reverse, all this water energy coming through. Yeah, there's something, this definitely seems like setback energy, something not working out. And because the 9 of cups in reverse, this is like a wish fulfillment not happening, or a wish not being fulfilled. Something did not work out because Spirit's guiding you to something even better. We even have this ship here. This ship, you are being guided to something more fulfilling, whether this is a relationship, place, job, career. Something didn't work out because you are meant for something bigger and better and greater, and it's just hard to see at this time. So Spirit's going to try and give us clarity here why something didn't work out besides that. But Spirit wants to also address now the power, resilience, or resources you already have, even if you don't see it. So we're going to look at what you don't see, what strengths you have in this situation, what power you have. Oh, the Fool. I love it. Look at this ship here, too. You are about to go on a whole new journey. Like I said, something's not working out in your life right now, or there's some sort of setback because something new is coming in. It's going to take you on a whole new journey. The ships represent the journey of life. The Fool represents new beginnings. There's a huge change coming through here. Uranus energy change. So you are on the brink of a huge breakthrough, of a brand new beginning. And right before we have these breakthroughs, these level ups in life, oftentimes we do hit some resistance. And that's what I'm seeing for group number 3. There's some emotional resistance because we might be clinging on to a specific outcome that's not working out. The Spirit wants us to be open-minded, expand our perspective, and be open to new possibilities, new ways of doing things, and not be so stuck or so attached to a specific thing, specific person, specific outcome, because you're about to be blessed by something amazing here. And we kind of have a narrow perspective on what we want right now or what it is we think we need. But it's like your spirit guides are sending you something even bigger and better. Like we have this smaller ship here and we're about to have this huge one here or something. Yeah. So how can we surrender? Surrender to the divine, not be so attached to a specific outcome. I know it can be hard to do. I've heard, healers and teachers talk about this often, and a lot of times the main way to get through this is to find the root of why you want something so bad. And by doing so, often you can dissolve your ties to that and have a better understanding. Maybe you want like a specific person so bad, or like maybe let's just for an example, and maybe it's tied to like abandonment issues from when we were younger or something like that. We don't want a relationship to fail because maybe our parents did, or or maybe we have a specific fear or feeling about money or scarcity because of the way we grew up. These are just examples. But a lot of times we can see like, why do I want that so bad? What do I think it's going to bring to me? Like, and am I truly happy? Am I truly satisfied? There's just so many things you can inquire about and go within. I think there might be some suppressed emotions here or something we're not seeing fully. But this definitely seems to be a block on the emotional level, or an attachment, I should say. Not even like this attachment to some specific outcome is blocking you from something wilder, and then you're like wildest dreams, like getting what you want in a different form, and even better. Okay, what is this experience, or what is this experience teaching group number 3 that will serve their future? What is the lesson or gift within this situation? Justice. Libra energy coming through. Everything is going to work out for you. Everything will come into balance. There's something here. Like learning that what you put your attention to is what you get more of. Like the law of cause and effect is coming through. This is like a lesson. Maybe we've been really focused on lack or what we don't have, and maybe we're continuing to get more of that. There's something you're really learning at this time. Some of you might be aware of this already, just about how your attention, your thoughts, your actions are manifesting your future reality. And I think that's a big lesson we're learning right now, how powerful our thoughts are, our emotions, like what we do, the steps we take or don't take, how they shape our future. And I think that's a big lesson, we're learning that. And it's like there's something here, like what's happening with group number 3 is you're really becoming more mindful, becoming more aware of your thoughts, becoming more aware of your emotional state, becoming more aware of patterns and behaviors and things that have been going on in your life, and you're really breaking through that, and you're starting to shift. And soon you're going to see that your reality is going to shift as well. Like I said, you are on the precipice of a huge breakthrough here. You really are. Everything's going to come into balance. Everything's going to work out for you. You just have to, this one thing Spirit's trying to get us to be aware of so we can address. And there's something coming through too, like sometimes we really want something, but we're not really taking the necessary actions to get it. We're not really putting ourselves out there or taking risks. And this could be a fear of stepping into the unknown, a fear of newness, of change. And once we take actions towards what we want, we're going to get better payout. We're going to get the results we want. Something that's coming through. Like this is the year we break through the fears and limitations, the limiting beliefs. We take a chance on ourselves. We believe in ourselves. We go after it. We don't dim our light anymore. Okay, let's get another card here to tell us more how to rise above this. What is group number 3's best next step? It could be a mindset, action, or energy shift to move forward. The Devil. This is what we've been saying. Devil often represents fears, things that are chaining us down. Spirit's really emphasizing here what I was just saying, how we're going to break through the fears this year. I've said this in other readings, but it feels relevant here. Like I come up with a word of the year, and mine this year is courage, because I feel like I play small sometimes, or I have fears. I mean, we all do, right? And I want this to be the fear or the year I step through that, step out of my comfort zone, try new things, do more. Like, so maybe courage could be something you guys use this year if this is resonating. But really, what Spirit's saying is the way to rise above this is to step through our fears. The only way is through, by taking those actions, by addressing the feelings maybe we've been suppressing, by letting go of toxic relationships or bad habits. Maybe there is a habit we do that keeps us in a lower emotional state. Maybe we have a tendency for escapism when things get tough and we get overwhelmed and we escape, whether maybe it's drinking, substances, watching content, shopping. There's so many different ways to escape, but that could be something, a tendency that some people here in this group do when things get tough, or you have these roadblocks or these issues, or you're not sure what to do, or you have that major overwhelm or fear. So addressing that, looking that in the eye, cutting cords with what no longer serves you or who no longer serves you, that is a huge way through here. Capricorn energy coming. So Spirit, once group number 3 lets go of this fear and takes these actions, we see they're set like on a huge, beautiful new beginning. But can you give us more information? What opens up once group number 3 rises above this setback, rises above these fears? We have the Two of Cups here. So for some of us, we're being called to let go of relationships that don't serve us. Or this can be cords with the past or beliefs we have, thoughts we have about relationships. But what's coming on the other side when we face our fears is partnership. This could be getting the job you want, finding the love you want, finding friends. Partnership is on the other side. Yeah, even on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Page of Tides here, the Page of Cups. This is a new emotional beginning. Well, there's even an ace under that. Yeah, there's a lot of energy here about new beginnings, new relationships, new things on an emotional level. We had, I think the Two of Cups came out too to be, I'm going to put this card out as well. The sun is going to shine again. Ace of Fire, there's more passion, new beginnings coming for you, especially in relationships and jobs is what I'm seeing. But we might need to let go of this attachment or these beliefs we have from past relationships, or maybe even current situationships or people that don't really value us, or something that didn't work out in the past. We might be very much connected to that still, or thinking about that a lot, and working on letting that go, putting ourselves out there again, being open-minded to meeting new people and not being so rigid about our requirements, like is in terms of like, oh, they must be tall, or things like that. Just being open-minded. And also with jobs, maybe looking in a different location, or expanding the type of jobs, or just there's so many different things. Just being open-minded and adaptable, trying new networking events. There's so many different things you could do. But getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of a specific outcome or an attachment to a very specific thing that we've been focusing on, that is the way forward. And in this next phase of life, you're headed towards a new partnership. Some of you guys might be getting the new relationship and the new job, if those are both things you're wanting. That's really what's next. With the Page of Cups and the Ace, the pages are new beginnings, aces are new beginnings. The Ace of Spires, I really feel like this is the start of a new job or new business, but we have the new relationship energy as well with the Page of Cups. But no matter what, it's like something you'll be passionate about, and also, that you'll have such an emotional fulfillment through this. What else wants to come through here, Spirit? Are we? Sorry for a little center. I think we're just gonna keep it. Okay. Tell us more, please, Spirit. Interesting. Chariclo, divination. Maybe some of you are wanting to do a healing, or be a tarot reader or astrologer, or do something in the divinatory arts here. And this is confirmation that, yes, that this is for you. I also feel like there's some message coming through, especially those of you like with a relationship, maybe wanting a very specific person. And maybe you keep watching tarot readings and hoping you're gonna find the reading that like says you guys are meant to be together. Or maybe you heard one that said that. But like with tarot readings, even mine, like everyone, it's like this is all based on the energy right now as the reading is happening, as you're watching it, and things can shift and change. But sometimes we'll just keep asking the same questions, or keep watching similar videos, wanting that specific outcome, wanting that specific person. And again, that's going back to that message that Spirit wants us to be open. Be open to new possibilities, new beginnings with other people, and release attachment to whatever this is we're really wanting. And again, you can take this how it figures with your life. Detachment is something Spirit is calling you to practice. And that's what's going to lead you to what you truly desire. What final messages, guidance, what wants to come through here? The holy mountain, soul calling, sacred journey, pilgrimage. Ooh, this card shows up when you have a calling within you. You have a calling. You know, maybe some of you are like really feel called to travel or be in a new location or start a new job or just go to this place. You're being called to listen to that. Listen to your intuition. And a lot of you guys have something like this already within you, or you're going to be experiencing this very soon. And I think a lot of the messages that were coming through today is to have you be open to new beginnings and trying new things. Like we even had all the ships come through, and like maybe there literally is a journey for you, like physical, but it could just be, the journey of life. But you are meant for you have this desire, this pull, or you will, for something new. And you're being called to follow that because it's going to lead you to your soul calling, to your destiny, to your purpose, to your soulmate, even, so instead of letting fear or settling in some other situation or just hoping something else works out when they're not showing us any interest or value or whatever, listen to the call. Listen to the call of your heart, to your higher self. It is guiding you to your destiny, to your people, to your person, to the place you need to be, the job you need to be. You have desires for a reason. And what I mean is like not desire for that specific person, but for true love in that case, if that's for you. Would your true love ghost you or treat you certain ways that aren't great? Now, I know this message isn't for everyone, but someone it's coming through for something to think about. As your spirit guides want you to know, you are so worthy of your true desires, and there's no need to settle. And you're just so close to having this major breakthrough, to leveling up, to getting exactly what you want. Even so just be open and focus on how you want to feel and how the experience is being with this person, or how the job, like what you do, how you feel when you do it. Focus on the feelings and the value, like what you value in relationships or in the job, instead of the super specific person or position or whatever. All right. And also really pay attention to that pull that is really leading you somewhere. All right, my beautiful group number 3s, that concludes your reading. I hope it resonated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got value from it. If you did, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, leave a comment. You can hype the video if that's an option. Thank you for interacting in any way. Thank you for watching. Like I said in the intro, if you are interested in a private reading or membership, those links are below in a pinned comment in the description. Thank you all again so much for being here. I truly am so grateful for each and every one of you. I love you so, so, so much. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, group number 3. I love you.